If a tree falls down in a forest and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? I have a better one. Who cares? This is the philosophy I employ when trolling people with dementia or Alzheimer's. And before you get on my case, I'm not ableist. I follow tons of people on TikTok with physical deformities and mental disabilities. I'm probably more accepting because I choose to look at these people as not off limits to trolling. Growing up, I used to do Fortnite trolling, and then that's what got me into stand-up when I got older because I really had a love for comedy. And a few months ago, I did a free charity stand-up show at an old folks home, and these people were assholes. Okay, I go up there, I tell my Wachina joke. I'm like, yeah, I'm not from China. I'm from like Wachina. Not a single laugh, and they have no excuse because they knew about Wakanda. I specifically started my set because I was worried, oh, they're not going to get the references. I showed them the TikTok of Carl telling his Wakanda joke. And I'm like, hey, just so you guys know, you're going to want to remember this. Can you guys remember this? And I guess most of them had dementia or something because they didn't remember it. They didn't laugh at my joke, which is fine. But it's not fun. It's not fun when people don't laugh at your jokes. A lot of people are like, oh, yeah, he went up, like I'll post my stand-up clips and people don't laugh and the comments will be like, oh, I would have been the audience howling. Okay, I don't care. Okay, I'm trying to entertain the people right in front of me, and when people actually laugh, they're like, oh my goodness, he's getting laughs. And it's like, okay, yeah, it's not that. I don't know, they like to baby me. It's weird. Like, I'm trying to make the audience laugh in every clip. Okay, I've never once posted a stand-up clip and been like, oh yeah, this is gonna be awesome, the crowd's gonna be dead silent. I've never done that. Why would I mean, can you imagine that? Can you imagine a chef making food and being like, oh yeah, they're gonna spit this out, they're gonna be so mad? No, of course I try to make people laugh at my stand-up. But anyways, got off topic. So I saw that there is a help wanted sign. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I make clothes for a living. And for some reason, it's not paying the bills like it used to. So I pick up this part-time job at this retirement home, and this woman, I'll never forget it. Her name was Janet something. Holy shit, she would not stop complaining about her daughter never coming to see her. And we had to explain to her over and over again, hey, your daughter went no contact. Your daughter went no contact because you were racist to her fiance. Just a whole bunch of Janet wasn't a very good person, by the way, okay? And so she's complaining about her daughter one day. And she's like, I don't know how to explain it. I have this flashback. When Ratatouille, when the food reviewer, he bites the food and he flashes back to when he's a kid. She's complaining, and I have this flashback where I'm remembering a kid we used to troll. We did a Scammer Get Scammed trolling video when I was in high school. And I'm like, oh my God, she's just like those little kids. I could totally troll the hell out of her. So I go over and I say, hey, Janice. She goes, yes. And I go, do you like apples? And she goes, yes, I love apples. And I only ever did harmless pranks like this. I picked up her applesauce and I just dumped it all over her shirt. And I go, how do you like them apples? And then, she starts whining and whining. Oh, help, I spilled the applesauce. So I had to be like, oh, Janice, you spilled all your applesauce. Oh my goodness, let me help you clean her up. Trying to be as helpful as I can, obviously, to not blow my cover or anything. And I start doing stuff like that. And I'm a huge Dexter fan, so don't worry, I had a code. I didn't do this to people unless I thought they were bad people. And one day I'm helping this old guy clean his bedpan. Keep in mind, I only ever did this to people with dementia or Alzheimer's, so it's not like they're gonna remember it, I'm helping this one guy who is old, crotchety, whatever, kind of rude, but he had his wits about him. He was only there for physical reasons. He still had his wits about him. Not that there's anything wrong without having your wits about you. It's just a note. And we're talking about basketball. And I'll never forget this. I'm chopping it up. And when you talk to these old people, it's fun. If you don't know basketball, that's fine. You don't need to know basketball to understand this. It's fun to talk to people that are this old and be like, oh, who do you think is the best player? Michael Jordan or LeBron James? And that's the kind of debate you have with Gen X or younger, you know what I mean? Which is a fair debate. There's a fair argument in both sides. But when you talk to the really old people, they start throwing out some crazy names. They're like, oh yeah, the greatest player, it's Jerry West or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I ask him, who do you think is the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan or LeBron James? He goes, neither. It's Karl Malone. Now, if you don't know who Karl Malone is, he has, I think, the third most points scored by any NBA player in history, okay? But he impregnated a 12-year-old when he was 19. So I was sort of taken aback. And in these old folks' homes, fiber is a huge part of the food that they serve everyone. So I'm starting to get a little angry, and I also have to poop. But he is, you know, he's in the bathroom at the time. He just left to go to the bathroom, and I'm still sort of stunned. And I start getting a little angry. And maybe I took this too far. I decided to get on his bed and do on it. And I sort of, I cover it with a sheet. Like, I don't want him to know. I'm out of there before he even realizes it. And obviously he comes back and he starts accusing me of this. He's like, oh, that nurse, he not even a nurse. I don't know why I'm a boy, I'm not a nurse. He goes, oh, that nurse, he pooped in the bed. And obviously no one believes him, but he has his wits about him. He's showing no sign of mental decay. So I have no point but to double down, or my livelihood is at risk. So for the next few days, I was eating as much applesauce as I could, hucking it down, trying to time his bathroom breaks. I wasn't even working with him at the time. He requested not to be near me. So I had to find a way to sneak into his room and drop like half a deuce, maybe, and sort of smear it into the bed, make it look like it's him, just enough to make it look like, there's no way that I could have gotten in and out of there in a short period of time. And I do this for about a week, and I'm thinking at this point, it's like, it's like Dexter. I'm like satisfying my trolling urges, and like he fit Harry's code. Harry is Dexter's dad, by the way, who gave him a code where he's like, you're allowed to kill serial killers. And I'm trolling him. I feel like I'm doing a good deed. And then this is where things get a little complicated. Later that week, his children show up and they have like a meeting with the staff because he wasn't in like the care for like mental stuff. He was sort of there just for physical. And him pooping the bed, that's like a physical issue. But it's the fact that he was insistent that there was someone coming into his room and pooping like on his behalf. That was where it became a mental issue. And the kids, through the grapevine, I don't know all the details, we're like, hey, we literally cannot afford to put him in the mental wing. It was a little sad to hear, but in my defense, he said Karl Malone was the greatest basketball player of all time. Not only is that an insult to children, but that's an insult to LeBron. So I go in, this is about day 10 of going in and dropping little pellets on his bed. And he is laying there, stiff. And this is the part where I might start to look bad. He's stiff as a board, and he's got a note next to him. And this note, fuck, dude, fuck. You guys are gonna think I'm an asshole. The note said something tantamount to, I don't want to be a burden on my children anymore. I didn't realize my dementia was setting. Dementia runs in my family, blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry it got to the point where it's burdening my family financially. Maybe it's time. I don't know how this guy killed himself. I think he had like an allergy to something in the food court and he took it on purpose. But I felt, it's weird because I feel a little bit bad, but like at the end of the day, saying Karl Malone is the greatest basketball player of all time, that is, I don't want to say he deserved it, but like, Anyways, I don't think I'm, would I do this again? Probably not to this guy. I probably shouldn't have done it to a guy who had a history of, or who had a family history of mental illness, because then, you know, like, I'm sort of giga trolling him, you know? I'm like, haha, there's poop in your bed. But then also it's like I'm making him feel like he's going crazy. So I would probably do it again. But I also think the same thing wouldn't happen, because what are the odds? What are the odds two guys that both think Karl Malone is the greatest basketball player in history, that don't have dementia and have a family history of dementia, and have the balls to say, yeah, my nurse pooped in my bed? I don't think I'm the asshole. I took like a temporary leave of absence. I said I got to go to like a wedding or I don't even remember the excuse I made, but I'm going back to work there next week. If you guys have any like ideas that you want me to like troll people with, I'd love to hear them. I'd love to keep this thing going. Maybe we could like turn it into like a series or something.